Hello everyone, it's DA here. Hope you're all doing okay. Hope you're doing wonderful today. So with multiple frames in the game with multiple roles to play, we have a shapeshifters, we have the face switchers. A lot of these frames with no doubt can hold their own whenever it comes to it. Whenever it comes to end game scenarios, they can hold their own in the role in which they're able to play. However, there's always that one frame who has the ability to own all of them, who is the most versatile, can be used and can be switched and modded and built for several scenarios in different situations in the game. Which frame so far has the ability to do all this? Well, it comes down to EQUINOX. EQUINOX is one of the easiest frames to use in the game, while it's also in some side one of the most complicated to understand as far as switching from face to face. It also is one of the most difficult to acquire. However, once you get a hang of it, you understand the aspect of the night mode and of course the day mode. So to acquire EQUINOX, you have to go on and fight Till Rigor on Uranus. And once you have fought Till Rigor every single time, he's going to award you several blueprints. Now the thing is, because EQUINOX represents balance and it represents the yin and yang, there are two frames combined into one. So you will be given two parts. So you have to build the day aspect and you also have to acquire and build the night aspect of EQUINOX. When also you have done this, you have to combine them all together, and that will be the way you build EQUINOX. So altogether you are looking for 8 parts. So for you to acquire this frame, if you don't like the grind fest, if you don't like going back to Till Rigor and having him telling you you're a little toad, you might as well just go ahead and buy it in the market. But if you enjoy the fun and you want to have some fun, go ahead and fight him multiple and several times with the hope that RNG is grateful and nice to you and you can get it. So EQUINOX's passives work basically like the equilibrium mod. Whenever you pick up a health orb, it gives you additional energy, and whenever you pick up an energy mod, it gives you an additional health, which is an amazing. This is one of the best passives in the game so far. The first ability is Metamorphosis, and this is EQUINOX's ability which enables him and her to switch faces between the night mode and the day mode. The night mode is the feminine side, the day mode is the masculine side. The night mode is mostly for healing and control, and the day mode is mostly for damage and damage boost, and of course power strength boost, and of course speed. So whenever you are trying to be versatile in missions and you want to switch to a damage output, you switch to the day mode, and whenever you want to switch to a helping situation, or maybe you want to be a mage for other players, or you want to be healing, you switch to the night mode. This also of course comes with the augment called duality, and this causes EQUINOX's other half. So whenever you activate this to switch, your second half splits apart from you and helps you in the fight, and this occurs and stays like that for a few seconds. And they also hold the same firearm you were holding when you clicked to activate the ability. So this is very good, and after a few seconds they will vaporize and disappear into thin air. Now Rest and Rage is the second ability, and Rest and Rage, in the description it says that in night form it targets output are put to sleep. So whenever you target an enemy, it puts them to sleep in a night form, and in the day form, whenever you target an enemy, it makes them more vulnerable to damage. So basically this works like the incinerator whenever you're playing Ember. So whenever you use the day form and you target them with your second ability, they take more damage, and whenever you target them in the nighttime, it puts them to sleep, which also opens them up for finisher. So that way you can easily play stealth missions with EQUINOX if you want to. Now the second ability of course is one of those really awesome ability, because it gives you a very wonderful augment, which is Calm and Frenzy. Now what Calm and Frenzy does is, whenever an enemy is on the effect of Rest and Rage, whenever you kill them, whatever way you kill them, any enemy within the range of this enemy that died has and harnesses the effect of it. So whenever you, let's say you casted Rest on an enemy, if you kill that enemy, they harness the effect for the remaining of the duration. So if you put them to sleep and you kill them, it spreads the effect to the neighboring enemy and they are put to sleep as well. Same thing goes for the rage aspect. So this is a wonderful augment. If that is your style of play, if you're looking to play stealth missions, this might be something wonderful for you, because of course maybe you didn't see an enemy, and whenever you attack this situation and you kill that enemy, the effect spreads to the other enemy who might have seen you. So that is wonderful. The third ability is Pacify and Provoke, and this works in the description. It says, in night form reduces damage inflicted by nearby enemies. Now this is the Pacify side. And in day form, which is a Provoke side, it says it increases power strength of nearby allies. Now this is also something wonderful. If you're looking for a DPS in the game, or maybe you have a DPS like Ash in the game, and you're trying to hype them up and you're trying to boost them up, basically you can do the same thing Rhino does by performing his roar. So when you do this and you activate this, it creates a circle, a aura around you, which boosts your allies damage. And when you have that DPS on the game, their damages can be hyped and increased. And if you're in the night side, whenever you do this, maybe you guys are playing a defense mode, a defense mission, and you're trying to last longer and stand the test of time, this actually reduces the amount of damage coming in. Now get this straight, this is also a wonderful thing if you're in a solo situation and you're playing defense missions by yourself. This comes with an amazing augment which functions in both the day and the night mode. So the way this augment functions is the augment is called Peaceful Provocation, and what it does is says Pacify converts damage done to Equinox and her allies into an aura that slows enemy by up to 40%. So whenever an enemy is damaging you while Pacify is active, it begins to turn into a slowing snow, a slowing frost, a slowing ice, which pretty much slows down enemies. So the more damage they do to you, the slower they becomes, up to 40%. If you have a frost with an impedance wave augment, or you have a slow nova in your team, with this augment, this is really amazing. It will be difficult for enemies to touch you. So if you're looking for something similar to that, you might as well go ahead and get this augment if you want to, if that is your style of play. And on the Provoke side of the spectrum, it says Provoke converts damage done to enemies within the aura into up to 15% bonus power strength. So which also goes back to if you're in the day side or you're in the day form and you're trying to give your team more DPS, not only do you get a DPS from the day side, now this aura guarantees you 15% more, which means that is going to be incredibly awesome, because now you have a boost, now you have a hype, and that is just going to be awesome. Your DPS and your teammates are going to love you for this. The fourth ability is Mend and Maim, and this is of course Equinox's saving grace, because basically this is one of those abilities where when it comes to your last resort, maybe everybody's about to die, or maybe their enemy is barraging you guys, this is the augment. Well, this doesn't have an augment, but this is the ability that saves you and saves your entire team. With this ability, you can play the role of a healer, or you can play the role of a CC frame or damage booster or damage buffer. So what this does in a night form, every damage that is done to enemies, or every damage output that your allies are bringing out, and every time you kill an enemy and every time they're taking a damage, what happens is it converts this damage into a huge pool of health. So whenever you deactivate that ability, it splits and divides all that damage output to the rest of your team. So this is one of those things where your numbers are ranking up to thousands, 50,000, 60,000 in a pool of health. So when it comes to that situation when everybody is almost dead, you can just deactivate that ability, and even if you go down, that ability automatically deactivates itself and it can heal the rest of your team. This is amazing. On the main side, this actually creates a slash proc for enemies, so it gives you this huge wave of slashing force, and that slashing force deals damage and gives them a slash proc. So if you're using a frame like Ash and you already have this in situation, it will really help them to continue and deal that bleed damage. And also, get this straight, After all your allies have killed a lot of enemies, every enemy you kill, every damage output that you put out there, what happens is it stores them as a magnificent and a powerful force, so that whenever you deactivate this, it splits the amount of pool between all other enemies, and that is the amount of damage it does to those enemies. So when you have a ridiculously giant boss and you have a large pool of energy, a good efficiency, a good range, and you've been able to kill a lot of these enemies, what happens is all you have to do is to get closer to that boss, and when you deactivate, you can deal a huge chunk of damage. I hope this helps you out. I hope this helps you describe and explain what and how Equinox plays. And as far as modding is concerned, you want to go for more efficiency as you can, and also you want to make sure that you stay strong as far as range. Now, if you're somebody who is interested in power strength, you can do that as well, because remember, like I said earlier, Equinox is a very versatile frame, and you will really enjoy how Equinox plays and how it functions. And as far as ability color is concerned, you can do whatever you want to do with that and also be versatile, but make sure you test it out and see what you're comfortable with and what you feel that is not straining your eye. So that will be everything for now. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this video. Let me know if you love Equinox yourself and how you feel about Equinox. If you feel like Equinox is the best and the most versatile frame in the game, is the only frame that you can use in multiple scenarios, let me know down below in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And of course, if you want to see more and you would like to get updates from this channel, don't forget to turn on your notification button and of course subscribe to this channel. And as always, it is DA signing out. I'll see you in the next one.